Okay, well, I have to wait for you guys to come back because the whole thing went out. I knew that was going to happen. Just reaching underneath the table. I knew that was going to happen. So y'all just going to have to come here. Let's see. We'll just have to wait. Sorry. I knew it. This cord is so damn sensitive. It's so annoying how sensitive this cord is. Sorry. No, I'm back. Sorry, Maria Jones. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, the cord is the cord for this I can hear you. Thank you. Hello, Paula. Sorry, guys. I said to myself, if you bend down and you might pull the cord out. I don't know how to get the cord. See, that's a good thing. I just learned that the cord comes out, you can't come back on. So we're not going to do that again. We've learned our lesson. We're not doing that again. And I was talking to that lovely young lady, and then the whole damn thing went out. So I will wait. Oh man, new setups are such a pain. But I will say that I have this new computer and I have this what do you call this thing? A Logi 922, 920, whatever this is, webcam, but it doesn't really fit into the computer very well, like the side ports. I can't seem to get it to like fit in. Whatever. Such is my life, my problems. So as I was talking to the young lady, this is what I was talking about. So this is, by the way, this is not professional. This is mine. So I'm gonna see if I can move this way. So this is mine. This is what I do when I'm getting ready to come to you guys. See, I barely have any makeup, right? I love lipsticks, as you can tell. This is what I'm talking about. This right here. Nothing spectacular. Brushes. So this one is mine, and I have a bigger one. This is not even the biggest one. I have a bigger one. I have a smaller one. I have all 4 sizes. I have little bitty baby, then medium baby, and then large, and then I have extra large. So I have all those with me in my kit. Not with me, excuse me. I only take out one at a time. But this one is mine. You know, it's literally barely anything in it because I feel like the more I pile in it, it'll take me longer to get ready. It'll take me longer to get to you because there's too many choices for me. So, yeah, I don't really have much in here at all. In fact, some of this stuff doesn't even belong in here. I just threw it in here because I was trying to clean my table off. Oh my God, cleaning up for you must take a second. Yeah, you know, that's the other reason why I didn't want to put so much in it, like I said, because yeah, it would take too long. It takes too long. And I do like, you know, you remember guys, you know how I like those little black bags, those little insulator bags that you put your food in. I still love those. I mean, from time to time, basically what's going to happen is no matter what, I have about 5 or 6 different systems that I've used throughout the years that I'm always going to use no matter what. It just comes down to just changing up the bag. And I know a lot of people don't want to change up the bag. I know a lot of people want to walk around with all their daggone makeup in these big ass things. I think that's a no-no. I strongly suggest you don't do that. I strongly suggest that you take the time to put your kit together every night before I know people don't want to do it, but that's part of our job is to put together the kit that you're going to be using for the night, the next job. You know, you don't have to carry the world with you. And I see too many makeup artists carrying the world with them. I'm like, I don't even understand it. I'm right in the middle of working on a kit that's smaller than this, right? So you see this one, right? So I'm working on a kit that is almost half the size of that one. And I'm shrinking it because I do not, the biggest kit like this, the bigger one that I have like this, weighs about 27 pounds. Who wants to carry that around? I don't want to do it. So it weighs so much that it's time to condense. And so I'm working on condensing my kit a lot, like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So eventually you will see it. But right now it's probably going to take me about a week. I want to say a week or two to really get it going and really have it set up where I can like literally work out of it and, you know, have to come back and kind of clean it back and fill it back up, you know, every couple of weeks. I have to come back and fill it up with something. But I'm working on it and I'm really taking it very seriously. I'm taking it very seriously. There are so many palettes that allow us to mix and match the colors you need. That's very true, but you shouldn't be working out of pre-made palettes though. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, for pre-made palettes like this is a blush palette. You guys know this is mine. All my makeup is crap-tacular. It's dirty. It's mine. If I were to show you my kit, you could eat off my kit, okay? This is mine because when I'm sitting here, I'm in a rush. Like, I'm in a rush. So it's mine. Nobody ever uses this. This is all mine. But you should, in terms of eyeshadows, you should not be working out of palettes, pre-made palettes. You should be working out of something you put together for yourself, because that way you don't have to carry all those palettes with you. That way you carry what you need, or you carry what you love. Excuse me, but you do not carry it all with you. That's too much. And that's what all those palette people are banking on. They're banking, oh, here's the empty palette. They're banking on, oh wait, because I told you I'm starting to, is it here? Hold on. It's like, this shit is literally right here. Hold up. So I'm in the middle, like I said, I'm in the middle of redoing the smallest kit I possibly can. So you guys know these. I bought a crap load of these. So I brought a crap load of these, right? I love these. They're tiny, they're so cute. So see? So I'm experimenting on how many actual colors can fit in there. And so I'm starting to figure out, okay, how many colors can I pack in here? Whether this be a lip palette, whether this be eyeshadows that are this size, what can I fit inside of these? And then what can I put inside of my kit? So you have to start thinking more proactively in terms of fixing your kit to the way that you want it done. See those pre-palettes, see like this, I love these. I have a whole drawer full of containers of, I've had these honestly for 15 years that I just never used. And I said, one day I will. And boom, I've had these. And now, oh my God, these will make good lip palettes, or, you know, this will make a good lip palette now. So there's all different things. And I do have those little Bouzette ones that are clear. Do I have any over here? No. And then I have these, the Makeup Forever, the newer versions. And what I was doing just the other day was the brand new palette. So I was trying to see what fits here and how many items can fit inside of this particular one. So I was adding up, you know, counting 15 colors can fit in here. So you have to be able to create your kit for yourself, not let somebody else do for you. So buying all of these pre-made palettes, I think it's a kiss of death for makeup artists. And the reason why I say that is because we have to carry that around. We have to carry it. Them other kids don't have to carry it. You think Jaclyn Hill has to carry around her crap-tacular makeup? No. You think Jordan, what's his name, that little child, James Charles, has to carry his stuff around? No, he's not a makeup artist. He doesn't have to. So we have to start thinking more about being a pro and less about consumer products. What those things are consumer products. Now, if there's a palette, let's say, that had all of your favorite, all of these shimmers, because sometimes you don't always use shimmers. Sometimes you don't always use glitter. But let's say you found a palette that had a gold shimmer, a silver shimmer, a blue shimmer, you know, the ones that you really love, and it's exactly what you wanted. Okay, I don't mind you buying that. I really don't. But I keep seeing palette after palette after palette. I'm like, what is going on? As a pro makeup artist, you're supposed to create your own palettes. People are not supposed to be creating them for you. You're supposed to be doing it for yourself. And I think that's getting lost through this world of palettes all the time. I've made smaller pans with Fixie and have all my highlighters in that palette. Yeah, I got Fixie. Oh, it's over here somewhere. Fixie over here too. It's a good idea. And Maria James thinks he's a makeup artist. Well, when he can match foundation correctly, then maybe I will take him seriously. But since he can't do that, I don't think he's a real makeup artist. Yeah, I said it. Okay. So I just, it's important to have your kits done. But when I show you my little tiny kit, you're going to be like, what? And I'm going to show you all the components and all that stuff. Okay, Jay does it. This happened because of you. So Jay, I don't know if you saw it because this was your question. So I'm showing you. This is my personal one that I literally just opened up the other day and threw all this crap in there. But these are the types of things I carry now with me. I don't carry the other, like if you see the video that I made of my kit video, that kit is long gone. I don't do that anymore. No, I'm just joking, Jay. It's all right. It's all right, sweetie. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault for having janky wiring. That's what that was all about. She ain't taking that back because she meant it. I meant it. Like for real, like all these people, all of them. If you cannot match foundations, please take a seat. Take a million 2 seats. And you know what? Don't even take a seat. Take a damn class. Stop teaching people how to do makeup if you can't even match your own foundation to your own self. Like, come on. Like, listen, if you enjoy that person for a tee-hee-hee and he makes you laugh or whatever, that's fine. But for real information, don't ask him. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He has no clue. He has no idea what the hell he's doing. How do I know? I'm looking at it. He doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Yeah, you can work out of a backpack. Of course you can. Well, for fashion, see, Fashion Week is different. It's not the same. It's not a photo shoot. It's not a Fashion Week. There is a look that you're supposed to do. And they give you, I don't know if she explained it to you, but they provide you with makeup, right? That's a real fashion show, a real one. Not something that says bring your whole kit and then you set up and you work out of your kit primarily. A real fashion show gives you makeup. So you don't have, you bring your kit, of course. So you'll bring things that you need. Like you might, like I'm a color corrector person, not a concealer person. So I bring my color correctors if I'm working Fashion Week. I might bring a few extra items that I know, like skin prep and things like that. But in terms of having to reach into my bag per se to do makeup, you don't really do it for Fashion Week because makeup is provided. There's one look that you have to do per show. That's it. So it's different. So that's why she can do that. And that's why she said, I don't know if she explained it that way, but that's basically how Fashion Week works. When you're on the team is providing makeup. You do need your brushes. You have to bring your brushes. You probably need to bring disposables and things like that. But yeah. I'm not a fan of the Instagram makeup either. It's too much and it looks awful in person and only good behind a filter. Exactly, it does. It only looks good behind that filter. Unfortunately, they keep thinking they look good in person, but it doesn't. It's just, we can see it. Like it's very caked on. It's nothing wrong with heavy makeup. It's nothing wrong with that makeup if that's what you desire. But I have an issue when people are teaching you makeup and they're teaching you in the wrong way. That's why YouTube is like, I love YouTube and I hate it. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of interior decorating, but I watch a lot of YouTube. And when I try to give people the benefit of the doubt and watch what they're doing, I just get frustrated because I'm like, I can't deal with it. It's like, what is this bullshit that you're pushing? Like there's this new trend called no foundation makeup. Like I didn't use any foundation. I watched this child. Listen, she's going to go on a rant now. She's ranting. I watched this child use concealer, right? She was like, I'm not using any foundation. I said, girl, concealer is part of the foundation. Like, foundation is foundation, yes, right? We all understand that. Foundation is foundation. Foundation could be cream. Foundation could be a liquid, and it could be a powder, right? So we all know that. I guess she didn't know that. So she's up there with the, I'm not using no foundation. I'm using a BB cream. Bitch, that's a foundation. Then she was like, and then I'm putting on a concealer. Technically, that's part of your foundation. It is just a heavier, opaquer color. That's all that is. But she kept saying, I'm not using any foundation. And then you know what she finished with? A powdered foundation. I just was like, please stop teaching people that you don't even know what the hell you are doing. That is the problem I have with YouTube, with all this misinformation and people run around. Look, I'm not wearing no foundation. I'm like, yeah, you got foundation all over your face. Like, really? I can't. Like, know what you're doing. Please know what you're doing. It drives me insane. Hey, Lisa. Hi, sweetheart. It drives me insane. I swear, I wrote to her and I said, sweetie, your BB cream is a foundation. Your concealer really technically is a foundation because as a professional makeup artist, I'm able to use a concealer as foundation if I need it, depending on how much coverage a person needs. Your freaking powder, if you read the label, it says powder foundation. Why are you telling people you're not wearing foundation when you are? Oh, I can't. I can't take it. I just can't. It's just like, oh, please, with the BS. With the BS, it's too much. And I don't know why YouTube allows people to lie to people on a constant basis. I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry I had him rant. I will bring myself back. Oh, help me, Jesus, help me. Like, most don't understand makeup is just pigments in cream, liquid, and powder form. Thank you, Miss Layton. Yes, you are so correct. But she up there just chiming away like she knows what she's talking about. And everybody's like eating it up. Oh, wow. No foundation. That's amazing. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, oh, I can't. Some more. Hey, DeShawn, what are some good makeup brushes? These are all filthy, but I have them. Can you see that in my arse? These are all mine. They technically were supposed to go in my kit. And I keep them for myself now because, so I have all different kinds of brushes. I have some, let me see. Royal and Langnickel Omnia brushes. And if anybody knows me, I normally do makeup with this. This is what I normally put foundation on with this. So as you can see, I probably have several versions of these for myself. And then if you look into my, yep, see, I'll have a lot of these. Let me see what else I have. Yeah, I'll have, I have 4 of these. It's just for me. And so when I do makeup, you'll see my kit. It'll have a lot of these in it because this is what I use for. They're multi-purposeful, so I'll use it for, well, now I can't, but I would use this for cream foundations, powder foundations, because I powder with the Graftobian foundation powder. See, I know it's a foundation powder, okay? So I powder with the Graftobian foundation powder to finish. And so you'll see I'll use these on and off. Now, since, the COVID and everything, I tend to switch up a lot, change it up a little bit more. Then I have a NYX brush. This is a NYX. This is one of my favorite, I'm not really into non-professional brand brushes, but they sent me these and I tried them and I fell in love. We'll see if they'll last 20 years. I don't think so, but I have those. A Design sent me the whole brush collection. That was the first swag bag I had ever gotten, and I didn't even know it was for me. It was in the mailroom for 2 months, and I didn't think it was for me. And they sent me all of their brushes at one point, and so I do believe that these are A Designs. As you can tell, I use this tonight. So these 2 are A Designs. And then I think these are how do you pronounce it? Refer, how do you refer? What is it called? That, or is this Haikahodu? I think this is Haikahodu. Now I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's a poo-poo brush, but I don't know what it is. These are Haikahodu. Yeah, so I bought the Haikahodu for, these are Haikahodu. That little tiny hair is like $10. Because it's so expensive. But I literally did buy these for my kit and I kept them for myself. These should be Haikahodu, these two right here. And then I think this is a, yeah, this is a Refer. Is it Refer? Here we go. Oh, come on. Anyway, you guys can see. So I use a Refer. I think these are old. I've had these since the end of time. Oh no, this is Face Atelier. Just another regular brush. These are mine though. These are haphazard, me reaching, grabbing brushes and throwing them in here. And I just never switched out. And I believe that this is probably, yeah, this brush right here, I think I've had for about, since I started. So I've had this for about 20 years. If I didn't have it for 20, I've had it for 17 years. This brush right here, it's a crown brush. And I believe it was a sable. You will know you've had a brush for a long time because the name goes away. But I believe this was a sable brush. This is a real hair brush that I use. I also like Smith brushes. I had some Smith brushes in here, but then now they're in my kit. And they all kind of look like that. So I love the Smith brushes. And by the way, the Smith brush handles have some type of antibacterial fighting thing in them or something like that, which I thought was really kind of dope. So I like Smith brushes a lot. So as you can see, they range in different costs. Some of them are cheap as hell. Some of them are expensive. I don't know what this is. Oh, you know what this is? I told you I was a nail tech. This is actually a nail brush. I was like, it's OPI. So I was like, I had this for a while and I kept saying, where did I get this brush from? I can't remember. And I was using it. And I said, oh shit, that's my nail brush. So this is a nail brush, OPI. So yeah, so that's my personal stuff, but it will change out because these have to be washed. I said it 1,002 times to show you got to wash your brushes. So that's what I use. Yeah. Brian said, girl, you have brushes hanging over the door. Yes, in the shoe bag. Yes, I do. My brushes are hanging over the door in the shoe bag. And that's just like residual brushes. That's not even brushes that are in the kit, brushes that are laying around the house. That was just like leftover brushes. I happen to be a brush whore, okay? Not a hoarder, a whore, brush hoarder. I have great pro brushes, but am I wrong for also using whatever works? No. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't want you to, I think my point, when I harp on pro brushes, the reason why I harp on them is because they last. I just showed you a brush that I've had since really technically since I started. And I think these two, no, this is Face. This brush I've had forever. It doesn't shed hair. I've had this, I should have had this for, if I've been doing makeup now for 20 years, I've had this for maybe 19. It's still here, it's still kicking, it's still whatever, right? And this brush, if I remember correctly, did not really cost me that much, okay? This is from Crown. Did not cost me that much. Now, what I mean by getting the pro brushes, right, is that you're gonna spend $1 on a Wet n Wild brush, and within probably several months or more, or maybe a year, I'll give it a year, it might break apart. Then you gotta go buy another one. There's gonna break apart, and you gotta buy another one. So in the course of the span of time that I spent my money on this particular brush, right, I don't have to keep buying them over and over again. They normally last me for years, for decades. Those cheaper brushes like e.l.f., I went buck wild crazy one year, and I think I still have them in there. Then I have some e.l.f. brushes, right? Because I was into the foundation brushes at one point. Now I'm not. But I had some, and every now and then, and it cost me $1. And every now and then I will pull a fresh one out that I've never used, and it will literally disintegrate, right? Then I got to go reach for another one. So that's what I'm saying. It's the quality of the cheapness of them is, I don't want you wasting money on something That's what it is. Eventually it will be a waste of money when you could have had a brush for 20 years. And that brush, by the way, has been washed 1,000,002 times, has been dipped in Cinema Secrets more times than I can even remember. So that's my point. Like, they don't hold up. And that's why I want you to invest in brushes that actually will last you. I don't want you to invest in disposable brushes, because at the end of the day, it's not gonna be beneficial to your pocket if that keeps happening to you. That's all. And also, they're not as soft, by the way. The e.l.f. brushes I have in there and stuff, they're not as soft. But every now and then, like, I don't have them, but every now and then they have like the lino brush. It's kind of big. It looks like a lip brush. That's all right. So you say, I have a mix of expensive and affordable brushes. The main criteria for me is how effective is it for me and how comfortable is it for the clients, and longevity, as DeShawn says. Nothing worse than a brush shedding or acting crazy while you're working on a client. That happened to me with the Real Techniques stippling brush, and I was not happy. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that just happened to me too. I was working on a person, and the brush hairs just was like, I can't hang anymore. And I think I have that brush. I believe, I believe if I go back into my archives, I've had that brush for about 15 years. So if I've gotten 15 good years out of a brush, then I'm happy, and I appreciate you, brush, and I will rest you in peace. You know, I probably won't even get rid of it because I don't, you know, they go to the brush graveyard, which is hanging on the back of my door. But yeah, their brushes will do that. Brushes will shed. They will shed. You also have to be careful about how you clean your brushes as well. All those little pads with the prickly things on it, you got to be careful of that, because even though it says it's gentle, but we're not really. I see people all the time using them. They're scrubbing the hell out of the brush. And that doesn't help either, because you think you're being gentle, but you're not. The most gentle thing you could do is your hand. Yeah, that's the most gentle thing you can do, or even a bowl. Sometimes I'll take a bowl, especially these big ones. I'll take a bowl and fill it up with like just soap, just regular soap, and I'll just kind of dredge it in there like that, and then pull the water through and dredge it again, and pull the water through and dredge it again. But I'm not going like this, you know, and then I'll gently run in the water. I take my time to clean these brushes. So you just, you know, just gotta be careful. The whatevers, I think you're saying the whatevers, you either got for free or on clearance. My good ones are the ones I spend money on. No, I understand that. We all have crap brushes. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a crap brush. I'm saying that my philosophy is I don't like wasting my money. And I have noticed that over the years that sometimes they just disintegrate in my hand. They will just fall apart. And I just don't want to be working. I literally had a brush, just an e.l.f. brush, just go just like this. I was like, what the hell? And then I was another e.l.f. brush, and then I was cleaning them. If you know, end of day, just broke apart. That's all I'm saying. It's like, yes, I understand. I have drugstore makeup in my kit, just as I have high-end makeup in my kit now. But the point is that sometimes with these cheap ass brushes, they will break apart. And you spent your money on them when you could have spent your money. You could have just spent your money a little bit more on a nicer brush that will last you just a longer time. That's all. I'm all for the cheap. People know how cheap I am. I'm cheap. But I'm also in the cost per use thing. You understand what I mean by that? So I just told you I've had this brush for 19 years, right? The cost of that brush may have cost me, I don't even remember what I said. It wasn't even that expensive. Well under $20. It probably was. Oh God, it could have been $12. I'm going to say $12. I've had that brush forever, for 19 years and counting. I don't have to buy another brush if I don't want to, you see. But over 20 years, all of those e.l.f. brushes will disintegrate. All of them. You know what I mean? All of them will. So it's a matter of dollar cost averaging out your kit. You have to be really think about it's like, you talk about your clothing. Well, I don't want to spend a lot of money on my clothing, blah, blah, blah. But it's how many usage are you going to get out of that clothing item? How many usages are you going to get out of your brushes? And the majority of pro brushes are to last decades, not a year. It's to last decades. That is why some of them are so expensive, and some of them are. I mean, these are refer. What I don't know what the fuck that refer. I have issues with these. That's another story. It's all trial and error with brushes, because you can have a Kevyn Aucoin concealer brush that's great, but the foundation brush sucks. Yes, exactly. I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that as well. Again, I mean, these are supposed to be eyeshadow brushes. I don't use them for eyeshadow. I use them for something else. So, and it's also in how you use them. It's also in how you clean them. It's also in how you take care of them. I know people who've been in the business way longer than me still have the original brushes and still working with them because they're pro brushes. And actually, those types of people actually have art brushes. They don't even have makeup brushes, because makeup brushes only came into play about, I want to say 30 years ago, when makeup brushes really, like when you could start buying them like this. It's only been like 30, like since like the is it 30, 40, 30? Oh God, I can't do my math. In the 80s. So I would say 80s, 90s is when they started to create makeup brushes. Whenever you would see somebody else with makeup brushes before Kevyn Aucoin, they were using art supply brushes. They were using, acrylic or fine art brushes. They weren't using professional makeup. So, it all depends on how you guys take care of them. And also, you should start looking into policies for companies. So when you do spend money on them, what is your policy if your brush starts to disintegrate in my hand? It does happen. It does happen to the pro ones, but they have better policy. They should be replacing them for you. So if the brush goes and it has gone in a matter of time, you should be able to write that company and say, your brush just disintegrated in my hand. And, what you want to do about it? That's what you should be able to do. And they should be able to send you another brush. Most of the companies I know do that. So again, it's just, I don't know. I was the queen of cheap too. I was the queen of cheap. You couldn't stop me from buying cheap shit. Okay. But now I realize you have to spend some money. If you want longevity, you have to spend some money on those things. You really do. All right, people. I'm putting my stuff away. I told you, this brush is from 1997. I know that for a fact because that's when I started to be a nail tech. Lord, it's a mess. But this brush is from 1997. This brush has been dipped into acetone and all that stuff. And I didn't even realize this was a brush, a nail brush for years. I didn't know what it was. I wasn't reading. There we go. It's my Universal Gel System brush by OPI. I've had forever, since 1997. So, and this poor thing has just been beat the hell up. Oh, help me. So beautiful, people. I'm sorry for the interruption today. I had no idea I was going to cut out like that. I just, life goes on. So anyway, it has been a minute. So I'm going to get off this thing. You guys come up with a subject for next week and put it in the comments. I'm going to write in the community board. Remember, go to the community board. Go to the community board. Sometimes I put up polls. I need your answers. So go to the community board. And I will ask the question, what do you want to know next week? And we'll talk about what you guys want to know next week. Just to help me out. Okay. Sometimes I can't come up with this content all the time. My brain is not functioning. So I'm going to put it on the community board. And then Brian, send me your printing thing. I will send you some of the printing things that I know of. And yeah, that's it. That's it. So I will talk to you guys next week, but I will put it up on the community board right now. Okay. Have a good night, people. Bye.